So today we're going to talk about the top 5 reasons why Caitlin Clark will and may win the MVP in the WNBA. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
So hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so at the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. And join us for Caitlin Clark's crossover. That's every Monday and Thursday, 6 to 7 and 5:30 to 6:30 respectively. Mondays and Thursdays, except for major holidays. And we will not be going live for Memorial Day or Labor Day. So, Rob, guess what? Caitlin Clark is basically tied in the MVP odds, and with Asia Wilson, and Nafisa Kyler's like a close, third place. And I think she will win the MVP, but it's not 100% sure. And we're going to go over the top 5 reasons why. So I think the number one reason is the thing that makes Caitlin Clark unique, and why I think she's going to go down as the greatest women's basketball player in history, is her great ability to make her teammates a lot better. And that's mainly because of her great passing and court vision. What do you think, Rob? Is that the first reason?
Her vision is phenomenal. I mean, with her passing. And also, she keeps her head up when she dribbles. Most people, they keep their head down when they dribble. They always put their head down. While she's dribbling, she keeps her head up and her eyes around. And that's why she makes those phenomenal bounce passes, which are really great.
Right. And she draws a lot of attention, too, because she also has great shooting ability from distance. So not just great shooting, but also from distance. And that stretches out the offense, and that makes the whole team better. And so, as it turns out, like Kelsey Mitchell had her best year last year shooting, and Lexi Hall got hot in the second half of the season hitting threes, and she wasn't a great three-point shooter. That's because they had open threes. And that's how she makes teammates better. And in other ways, too, that we'll talk about in another reason. But reason number 2, Rob, I think, is because the Fever are going to have a better record than last year. Mm-hmm. And they're also going to have one of the top records in the league, which is how people, especially in the NBA, how they vote for MVP. Right. New York Liberty may be the favorites, but I think the Fever are right up there. And I think they're going to have one of the top 2 records in the league, Rob, this year.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. They're going to definitely improve from last year with the players that came on. But like I said, Clark's overall ability is going to cause the Fever to have more wins.
I think they were 20-20 last year, and I see them as 33-11 this year. They're playing 44 games instead of 40. That's what I think. They're going to go from 500 to 750, and I think they'll give Caitlin Clark some credit for that. They had some players, obviously, and a better coach, but they're going to give Caitlin Clark some credit for that in the voters' mind. And like I said, in the NBA, like 17 years in a row, I remember they had the person that won the MVP. It was the best player in a team with either the best or second best record in the league. So that there is a trend there. So anyways, so the third reason we have is that we think she's going to improve this year. She put a lot of work in the offseason. We think her defense is going to improve. Her shooting is going to improve. And also her strength is going to improve. And we also think she's going to have fewer turnovers. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, she's definitely improved with her strength and her ability to handle the ball. And with her shooting, it's definitely going to pick up. And part reason that she has the way the offense is going to be is a little more freedom for her to do her thing.
And I think, Stephanie White is going to help her with all that. She's going to make sure she emphasizes defense on Caitlin Clark, making sure she's not playing off her person with a 3-point shot, and also have better stance and around ball defense. I think that's going to improve. And I think she'll convince her to not force the ball sometimes and have fewer turnovers. And her shooting percentage is naturally going to go up because she's refreshed from the offseason, Rob. So her legs are going to be there. She worked on her game. She also put the time in the weight room, so that's going to improve her game so she can handle the physicality of the WNBA that they're so proud of.
Which they won't call the fouls on, but at least she'll be able to go to the hoop a lot stronger. I want to see if she's going to let her post up a little bit more, too. I'd like to see that.
Right, and I don't think this is a reason, but she may get a slightly better whistle than last year. Although I'm not going to put that as a reason because preseason she got 1 foul call and never to the free throw line, and there was 4 foul calls on her, and she got hammered, and people didn't call it. So, anyways, Reason number 4 we have, Rob, is that she is a very unique player in terms of her offensive style and up-tempo offense that she runs that, as Sue Bird said, that's very difficult to deal with for the defense. So I think that's going to make her very valuable to her team. And I think that's MVP voters are going to consider that, Rob.
Right. When she gets a rebound, everybody knows this to go. And she has the players that can run the floor. And that's what we're going to do a lot more is put a lot of pressure on the team, and run because a lot of teams don't do that in the WNBA. So they're going to push the ball up the floor. And with her vision and her passing, it's going to be great.
Yeah, speed and up tempo is really going to make a difference for this team. And I think that's why they're going to win. And I think Caitlin Clark's going to get credit for that because it's her style of play. And she's the engine that makes it run. So reason number 5 is, I think, for all these reasons that we just mentioned, by the end of the year, I think she's going to be the best player in the league. And while the MVP is not the best player in the league, it's certainly a factor in who you vote for in the MVP.
Right.
And
Put all those together, and then that should finalize. That's the deal on MVP voting.
Right. I don't think she's the best player right now for all the reasons that we talked about and the things that we think she's going to improve on this year, which is like too many turnovers. And we could go over, I could spend a day on turnovers and why some of them is overrated with Caitlin Clark, but still some of them have to come down. And also her defense has to improve. And we talked about that. And I think they will. And I think her shooting percentage is going to go up. So I think that's why she's going to be the best player by the end of the year, along with all the things we talked about and how she's a unique player and how she makes her teammates better. And that's what sets her apart as the best player in the league. And she will be by the end of the year. I don't know when, maybe after 10 games, maybe after 20. The team's going to have to gel first, and she's going to get her confidence going, and she's got to improve her defense. But I think that's going to happen. And that's why I think. Now, there's a couple of reasons why she might not win it, Rob. Let's say the team doesn't gel and they don't win a lot of games. Or let's say, for instance, the voters last year, there was like 13, 14 voters in the MVP voting and first team All-Pro who didn't put Caitlin Clark in the top 5, even though I think it's clear she should have been. And those 14 voters out of 67, they have something against Caitlin Clark, I think. And if that happens in the MVP voting, she may lose if it's a close race in reality in terms of who should win.
I think also a factor that it's an outside factor is that still she's got to cut down on the technical fouls. She's got to realize that she was like with one technical foul being suspended. She gets suspended for being talking to the referee and technical fouls. That definitely will go into a factor as far as voters. They'll be like, oh, that'll put a negative strike on her. So hopefully she'll just calm down a little and then just play the game because the referees are not going to give her the foul. So you just got to keep playing through it. That's what you have to do.
We'll see what happens. I'm hoping it's a little better with Stephanie White arguing for her, and also she might get a little more respect from the refs, Stephanie White. So we'll see. All right, just a couple reasons why she might not win it, but I think she will win it. I don't think she's a shoo-in. I just think she's the favorite.
Well, another reason, Mark, is because there's still that agenda that they have there. It hasn't changed, I don't think. They still
in terms of the refs, Rob? In terms of the refs?
Not just the refs. It's going to be with the WNBA itself. It still is.
That's
not
true.
Even
That's
promoting
true, Rob.
her, not promoting her, and just the way they handled that whole situation last year, which was horrible. Everyone saw the way they treated her. So I don't think that's going to. It might change, but I don't think it's going to change that much.
Well, there's definitely going to be a target on Caitlin Clark in the Fever, and she's going to draw more attention than any player in the league, which will make it harder for winning the MVP. So I agree with that. That's true. Okay, so let us know what you think down below. Do you think she's going to win the MVP? What do you think the number one reasons are why she might or might not win it? And guess what, Rob? If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so with the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. Feel free to share this video with your family, friends, and acquaintances, and join us for Caitlin Clark's crossover every Monday and Thursday from 6 to 7 and 5:30 to 6:30 respectively Eastern time, except for Labor Day and Memorial Day. We'll not be going live for those Mondays. And if you want, you can donate to this channel with super chats and super thanks down below and a link to PayPal. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.
All right, let's just roll with this and do with the top 10 ones, and I'll get them over with. And just see. Okay, I have those prepared. I'll give you another link, Rob.
All right. Did you promote the payments for yesterday Oh, yeah. Cut me off. It's okay. Yes, leave a second.